Dermatology clinics, don't do discounts, do this instead. So to better illustrate the concepts today, I will be going over as if I were to work with Forefront Dermatology today. So I wouldn't do discounts, I would do this instead. I would implement a clear downsell offer that turns the no you got into a yes. Honestly, there is no real way to tell kind of from public signals if they already have a downsell offer. I picked this clinic at random and their online presence looks good overall. And as a disclaimer, this is a hypothetical build from public information only, and I have no affiliation with Forefront Dermatology. Any examples or figures are rough estimates for illustration, operations differ, and results will likely vary. So before we get into downsell offers, who am I? I am Michael Veritas, and I help multi-room dermatology clinics fix their growth constraints. Now, what exactly is a downsell offer, you might be asking yourself? It is a reframed offer after the initial plan gets declined. You either offer different payment or trimmed features for the same problem. It's like moving from a full course meal with everything to just the main dish. It's the same cuisine, just fewer dishes inside of it. And obviously, an initial plan is the big plan that you would offer your patients for whatever treatment they are getting. Here are the 3 strategies on how to implement a downsell offer that I have made for Forefront Dermatology. These plans can be replicated at any time a client declines a big treatment plan. So, the first one is the payment plan downsell. The payment plan downsell is the same as the big plan that you've offered, with just a smaller payment now and then the rest being paid later. Pretty straightforward, like any other payment plan. The idea here is to try and reward prepay, so reward them paying as much upfront as possible, rather than punishing the monthly payments. So rather than saying that the monthly payments have interest, you say that if you prepay now or if you pay more, you get more off. So you get essentially a discount, if you will. Well, it's not actually a discount, but it's just you're not framing it as an interest when they do monthly payments. It's like choosing installments at an online checkout like Klarna and all of these other companies do. I'm sure you've come across it before. So when a patient declined the full micro peel series but still wants smooth texture, we offer them a micro peel series to keep the flow going. So we can frame it as something along the lines of, it's totally okay to start smaller. What we can do is a small payment now and spread the rest over time. Then offer prepay versus monthly, what we already discussed. Some optional variants are like half now, half later, with the same scope, just in 2 chunks. A third down, the rest later when they get paid, for example, in kind of 3 or in 4 payments, really depends. You can kind of figure it out based on the client. Now, a pro tip and something to keep in mind, which is very important, is if the patient declines the first kind of 2 or 3 times from the payment plans, you pause, you ask them on a scale of 1 to 10 how much they actually want to do this procedure. And if they say it's 8 or more, you just continue offering payment plans until you find something that works. If it's a 7 or less, you should ask them why is it not a 10, and then reconfigure your offer into something better for them, because it just might be that you're offering something that they don't really want or they don't understand. So this is the first kind of downsell offer. The second one is the feature downsell, or the essentials only. You lower the price by removing features. So fewer visits, less features like free reschedules, you drop additional add-ons, you really don't change the core, so the core remains the same. But this isn't a discount, it's less for less, so they get less. For example, they might get fewer visits, so it might take more time. Whatever it is really depends on the service. You can configure it based on that. So for example, for Forefront Dermatology, if it's for a redness and sensitivity treatment, you present the full plan briefly. Then if they refuse, and they should actually refuse, you shouldn't just gloss over it, but still want the clear skin, they just don't want to commit for the full result, you can say something along the lines of, let me cross off what you don't need 100%. So only the essentials, they get you the core steps without the add-ons. So you still get the benefits, but you don't get the add-ons. And then obviously later down the line, after a couple of visits and some visible results, you can recommend the full plan again, framing it as making the results even better, because they'll probably hit a ceiling if they just use kind of skincare or fewer visits, or it takes less time if the visits are more compressed. Again, really depends on the service and treatment that you're offering. The third plan is the feature downsell, which is kind of a DIY leaning, so it's a variation of the previous one. So if clinic time is a barrier, you just remove entire components and keep a supervised at-home start plus a brief online check-in. Same problem, less clinic time and clear limits. So if the person you're offering the plan doesn't really want the full package, but also doesn't have the funds or the time to come to the clinic regularly, this is how you would actually sell it. If the full care plan feels like too much today, the starter kit keeps you moving with fewer visits, an at-home plan, and a quick online check-in. You can always upgrade inside the window if you want the fuller path. So this is the third kind of optional variant, and the reason why all of these work is because you aren't aimlessly haggling the prices. What you are doing is guiding the choice of your patients. You moved forward with people who initially declined. To the client, it's just payment versus features. So in a downsell offer, you're giving him almost everything he wanted, the patient, but at a more reasonable price in a more convenient package. No fluff, only the essentials. And we all know it's not really fluff, but it's just the bare minimum to get the result that they actually want. And actually, this is a way that they can resell themselves. So if you start removing features and then prices along with them, you should play around a lot with how much you should remove for each feature, if it's not like a skincare product, for example. And if you have more amorphous things like guarantees, which you should be very careful of, you should already know this in clinic and just healthcare in general. But just to illustrate the point, a guarantee is a really strong thing. So you can, for example, remove a big chunk of the price, but remove the guarantee as well, and then people will likely just resell themselves on the guarantee and then pay full price. But again, guarantees for healthcare are very, you should be very careful with them. I'm just saying it to kind of illustrate the overall point. So now, if you would like a similar offer implemented in your clinic or a more in-depth breakdown as well, you should pay me $2 million per month for my course. No, obviously I'm joking. I'm just kidding. I do have a coursing community, but it is 100% free. It's not a free trial. It is completely free. It is a school community called Derm Ops, in which it is a space for dermatology operators to master a few levers that actually grow a clinic. There are two main ways we do this. First is the community, so learn what works from clinics like yours. And the second is the training, which are plug-and-play scripts and frameworks to use today. There is a link in the description, or if you go to my YouTube channel or my Instagram, you will also see the link for the school server. You just click join group. It takes less than 5 minutes to set up an account. Again, it's completely free. We have courses inside, for example, on offers and pricing. So how exactly to make your offer. The in-depth downsell training is in there. We have the show up system. So all of the bookings, all of the SMSs, emails, flows, automations, all of that is in there in depth. Sales and desk, which is all the scripts, tonality, everything to do with the sales, how and when to present the different offers to actually get the sale. So it is a full-blown sales training. We also have the ads and acquisition, which is, as it says, how to make ads, what to say in the ads, how to position the offers you've already made, things of that nature. Again, takes like 2 minutes to set up. Go to the link, set up an account, and I will see you in there.